Does human and animal suffering mean God's existence is unlikely? Because this suffering exists? That's a good question. Sometimes atheists ask stuff like this. It was asked in a video that I saw over and over by a well-known atheist, and he kept reiterating it in different language, basically, as his main argument against God being real. Now, first of all, you have to understand several things. There's only one God. That's the God of the Bible, the God of Christianity. How do we know that? You compare all religions. We know from signs and wonders. We know from history. We know from archaeology. There's a long list of ways that we know, all right? Now, as far as the God of the Bible and what the Bible actually says about animals and God's concern of their suffering, go to a book in the Old Testament where it mentions Balaam and Balak and a donkey. That donkey is struck 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, and basically an angel stops it. God is not pro animal suffering in any way, shape, or form. The Bible even says for people to not murder their animals with, like, in a certain way. Like, and when you look at the occult, when they do animal sacrifices, it's in this compassionless, wicked manner. When they're offering up animals in the Old Testament and putting it on the altar, it's done in a holy way. All right. Now, are animals gonna suffer? There's an animal food chain in the animal kingdom, and they naturally eat each other. Sometimes because of human technology and human pollution, some animals suffer because of humans hunting animals and eradicating them, making them extinct. We get all that. But God is not in anywhere in the Bible commanding people to brutalize animals and make them suffer. Do we eat them? Yeah. Does the Bible promote veganism? No, not at all. So it's just a silly argument, you know. We're made in the likeness and image of God as well. Animals are not. There's a distinction between you and animals. The evolution theory that you were taught in school, that you came from animals and or single-celled organisms, and or all animals came from the same kind, it's not logical nor biblical. Giraffes don't come from dolphins. It's a different kind of species. All right, you have certain species that came from other species, like dogs came from wolves, but dogs did not come from ladybugs. It's that simple biblically. As far as human suffering, we live in a fallen world where people are bound in sin, people are even wicked and evil, and people have free will. So you're going to see human suffering. You're going to see poverty. You're going to see crime. You're going to see stuff like human trafficking, slavery. This is all within the general scope of human suffering. You know, there's a lot of different things that go in that category. Just because that exists, it does not mean that holiness and righteousness does not exist, and it does not mean that you have a creator. It's silly to use this as an argument. You're just not wanting to be accountable to that creator, which is the same thing that the people who cause human suffering do. These things are not just fabricated by chance or accident. Often human suffering is premeditated. Human suffering is done at the hands of those who are evil, usually, because of sin being in the heart of human beings. This is why you have to be saved. So you don't want people to suffer. Does it mean that suffering is going to automatically go away because you're a Christian now and because you believe in God? No. Does it mean that you don't have problems in the world? Does it mean that there's no more animal or human suffering? No. These are parts of living in a fallen world. When we go to be with the Lord, there will be no more suffering. Amen? Yeah. Hope this helped you. Shalom.